Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of the Smart Flip. This is the podcast for phone flippers, buyback business owners, and people like that. So if you're interested in that type of content, then you will love this podcast. This is our first official live podcast inside of the NHB phone flipping community, Nothing Held Back phone flipping community on School. So this is where all of them will be recorded from here moving forward. And I think this is going to be a pretty awesome way to do it. So we'll be able to field Q&A questions during and at the end of the podcast, which I think will be awesome. So with that being said, let's kickstart this thing. For those of you that don't know, I do have a book. If you're in school, the book is in school. You can get it for free. If you want like hardback stuff, then you can get it on Amazon. I'm with my host today, Matt Shirley, the host of Console Kings, which is another course that teaches people how to buy and flip consoles and stuff. And then if you're viewing this on YouTube, you can also view all of the descriptions and stuff below for other stuff. With that being said, let's kickstart this thing. I have news. I was telling Matt about this last night. This was pretty cool. And I think you guys are going to get a lot of value out of this podcast specifically because this was more of a challenge for myself than anything else, which is why I think you guys are going to get a ton of value from this. So last night I paid off about $16,500 in credit card debt. Wiped it out pretty much completely. And that was just some credit card debt that I had been, we all have, for the most part, most of us probably credit card debt that we've just been kind of lugging around as extra baggage for a few years,
Yeah.
We're like, I'll get to it eventually. And I had the ability to pay it off earlier. I just didn't, right? Like 16,000 is it's a lot, right? And to be clear, I used the credit card to buy a software and a whole bunch of other stuff, and like it helped my business a lot. But I just it was a weight. It felt like I was dragging a ball around for quite a while. So I actually was talking with Matt about 2 months ago about this actually, where it was like, I'm going to kind of challenge myself here. Now, the original goal was to save up for a down payment for a house, right? But then I went back and forth with AI and with a couple of people, and it was like, well, you need to wipe out that debt first. That way it raises your credit score like a massive amount.
Yep.
And then you do the down payment on the house. So there's going to be a podcast video coming where I put a massive down payment on a house. Thanks to Reason. So
I like it.
That one's coming in the future. So be on the lookout. But this one is I wiped out $16,000 plus in credit card debt very quickly within 60 days, which is a feat. But I want to be very clear about this. I've been doing this for nearly 10 years. So this is nothing new to me. However, the way that I did it, I want to go through like specifically how I did it. Because it's a little different than most people would. All right. So with that being said, just to be clear, most people think I'm doing amazing, and we are. Businesses are growing. Businesses are doing great. It was just one of those things that was just like there that I hadn't dealt with yet. It was a procrastination thing, But anyway, I want to share the story today, and I want to give you guys the stuff that I went through it with. So just to be clear, also, this was not reckless spending, okay? Most of it was not reckless. It was just built up over the years. Who here has that type of debt? Like, who's listening in right now, like on the live? Like, who here has some of that? You're not afraid to admit it kind of thing, right? All right. Marcos, he dropped a 1. Okay, drop a 1 if you're in that kind of same position, So yeah. Okay, cool. So people are in the same position. Yeah. The more I kind of grow up and get older, I realize that as humans, most of us are just in the same position all the time. Right? Like, and that's becoming more and more apparent to me is like, I am not a special snowflake. Everybody else has the same problems. right? So, um, okay. So, Matt, do you have anything to
Yeah.
add to this? Because I know I talked to you before I ever even started this. Um, is there anything you noticed from your side
Yeah.
with like, my mentality, with my, I mean, because I had to have like a system set up to like see it through,
Yeah.
which is how I operate.
Um, yeah, I think, people talk about, like, "Just wait till I get my money right," and, um, I think most people, you can't make your money right till you know what's, like, wrong with your money, and I don't think most of the time, like, I think it's, like, a combination of things. I think it's, like, most of us, I think the average American doesn't really, like, grow up with, like, a really clear-cut financial system. If most of us like already like had wealth, we'd probably already have a system that's working for us. And so like, I think firsthand to speak from experience and conversations, like I've watched you kind of figure out, okay, like what was wrong. Okay, let me procure or get somebody on my side that can show me how to make the kind of money that I'm making now work better. Um, and so there was like a maybe for lack of a better term, like stewardship, just how to like steward this well. Um, and then okay, like where do I appropriate these funds in the best way? So you grabbed an AI to help you with that process because you realized that there was, I think, sometimes too much emotion attached to the nature of finance that got in the way of clear decision making.
Mhm.
Uh, and then finally, when you realize you had a system that worked for you, you didn't change much. Like the tweaks, I think were fairly small, but the impact and the result was really big because when you took more of that human element out of like where your money should be allocated, money is amoral. Like money doesn't have feelings about itself. Most of us have issues with our feelings about our money, and I think that when you dealt with that, it seemed to add a lot of clarity and speed to what you were able to throw that income at to get that debt out of the way. So that's just my take and my perception of what you shared, and the process that I've seen you go through.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, so one thing I definitely want to touch on is I am very aware of my own weaknesses, right? Like I and I think that's one thing that most people never come to terms with is they never come to terms with what are my weaknesses, right? Okay, so one of my weaknesses is like in the past holding all of my money in the same bank account, right? This large sum of just like cash just
Yep.
in one account, right? Which I realized was a problem for me, right? So what did I do? Well, I actually downloaded an app called Sequence on my computer, and this actually allowed me to allocate money in different places as money came in.
Yeah.
And by the way, this was a very painful thing for me to do. Like this, every time the money hit the account, it would just separate everywhere else, and then it would go down to like there was like 40% left of what was like originally there. Right. This is one of those things where it was like very difficult to get used to. Right. Until it wasn't.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
Matt talks about. Everything is hard until it's not.
It's true.
Right. And now it's one of the best things I ever did. Okay. So allocating it's the envelope system just in a digital format,
Mhm.
right? So by the way, this app has saved me like with taxes, with all sorts of stuff at this point, where it's just like the money is already there, kind of
Yep.
thing,
Yeah.
right? So the emergency fund is funded, all of that stuff, right? But um, I had this debt that I would just and I was keeping up with payments, like I wasn't letting that happen and all of
Right.
that, like, but I know my weaknesses, and I knew that if I mixed all the money from like Resell Deck, Recelerator, reselling, and my affiliate stuff like into one account, that was a problem, and like the cash will disappear. I know that because I'm like, oh, I'll just take the affiliate money and put it towards ads, right? It's like that's what I
Mhm.
would do. It's like that was my thought process. Was like, oh, I'll just take some of that resale
Mhm.
deck, subscription money that I got, and I'll just put that towards ads. But no, like I had to control myself and start putting everything in specific buckets
Mhm.
based on because I'm running
Right.
three different
Yeah.
businesses, right? Like Resell Deck is a business by itself.
Technically, yeah.
By itself. And then the reselling is a business by itself. Do they vertically integrate? Yes. Right. But they all need their separate buckets. Okay. And this was the first real like lesson I had to go through.
Yeah.
So here's what I decided to do. Now I want to be very clear. Like the account is literally called down payment, like for house, right? But it was when I realized later on that I needed to wipe out the credit card debt to help with that later on, right? Because it's going to take a minute for this credit score to go up, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
To be clear, my credit is not bad. It's already 700-ish, right? So but it's going to swing pretty heavily now. But here is what I did that I'm going to recommend for other people to do so that they can hopefully get the same result I had or a similar result that I had. What I did is I opened a separate bank account inside of Sequence, okay, which is the bank. It's a bank, basically. It's just a bank with an app. That's fantastic. And what I did is I put the down payment account in there, and I was like, this is going to be only for flipping. Like everything that comes in and out of this account is for flipping only. And what I did is I connected my eBay account to it. I connected my Cash App, my Venmo, my PayPal, my Apple Pay, all of the digital payments to it. That way I could pay people that way. That was another thing I wanted to try, by the way, is to see if I could just do digital payments. And it worked, by the way. So I created one very specific account where all of my money flowed through and flowed back into. And I put $2,000 in that account.
Mm-hmm.
Took it from another account. I put $2,000 in. I'm like, this is only flipping money. That is it. And now here's the reason why I didn't. Here's another reason I only did digital payments for this. Is because I knew that if I was taking money out of the ATM, that cash was going to go somewhere else. A lot of this is just like really knowing yourself over time. Like that's a big part of this.
Yeah.
Is like I knew if it went in my wallet, that cash was going to buy a burrito or something, man. Like that's what was going to happen.
That's fair.
Like I had to be very diligent and disciplined on this. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was digital payments only, no cash whatsoever, no mental tracking at all, right? And no temptation to borrow from myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that. And by the way, that's a big issue with me is I will borrow because it's my money. I'm just going to borrow from my other business real quick.
Yeah.
You know? By the way, that's something I used to do is like, okay, well, let's just go to the Resell Deck account, grab, $500 from there, buy this phone. And then now that goes back into like, see what I mean? Like it's kind of that thing where it's all over the place. And this is a problem with having more than one business too, by the way. Like it's like you just start borrowing from other businesses when one is down, right? Like so I started with $2,000, and I want to be clear on like why I started with $2,000 is because a lot of people here in school and stuff start with $2,000 or less, right? That was the main reason I wanted to start with that because I wanted to grow it and see how fast I could actually grow it, being very disciplined in this way. Okay, so it's a relatively small bankroll in terms of flipping and stuff, but and then what I did, guys, with that $2,000, I just went straight back to the basics. Like there was no crazy. I didn't start off with ads immediately. Just being real, didn't. Okay, I actually did reach outs for the most part, starting off, like we talked about in a previous podcast.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I bought the Meta Quest Pros. I bought the Quest 3s, the Quest 2s, and I built up quickly doing that. And I was finding deals on Marketplace, phones, cameras, consoles, repeat, right? It was all of that. Negotiating the same way I always negotiate. Also, on top of that, I did all of these deals without driving to a single person. I met, I think, 60 or 70 people, I think is what my numbers say.
Wow.
Like total, 60 to 70 people total. I drove to 0 of them. I went to Starbucks. Everybody met me. Okay? So And then I mean, it's roughly about $7,000 in profit per month if you add on like the 2,000 I started with, and that's what I use to pay off all the entirety of the debt. Now I actually have a little bit left over on eBay. I think I got like $7,000 in items on eBay right now, which is more than usual, but it is what it is.
That's how much you have in inventory?
Yeah, right now it's a little more than I usually have.
That's pretty generous.
I know, it's a little more than I want. I hit over 20 items listed the other day, which was
that's pretty uncommon for you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty uncommon thing. But yeah, well, 2 of them sold today. So the I had another MetaQuest Pro headset sell today, and a DJI Pro thing I have over here. But I say all this to say, like, sticking with the basics, separating the business from yourself, and it can grow very fast. Like, you can bankroll your little nest egg very quickly. Okay, I'm gonna be doing the same thing for a down payment for a house. By the way, like, I'm not going to use any of my other businesses' money. I'm just going to do it based off of reselling, and I'm going to turn what I have now into about probably, I think we're aiming for a $70,000 down payment. I expect to hit that in 6 months, if not less. So, Matt, do you have any questions, or does anybody on the chat have any questions? And I hope it was helpful, kind of going over that a little bit. Let me know if it was helpful.
Yeah. I will say this. I think it's important for people to realize the potential and opportunity with reselling, and then have a plan for how that money is going to go to work for you. I think there's many individuals. I mean, I can remember like reselling and saving up $5,000, for the first time, and that being the first time that I also ever had like $5,000 actually set aside. Like, what? And you have like that honestly probably had to happen like more than once for me to realize that it wasn't like an illusion, which may sound strange, but it's real. It's like, okay, like I need to figure out what to do with this, because like with that kind of freedom can almost freak you out. Like, you're like, what do I do with all this money? Like, should I go get some sneakers? Should I buy like a small used car? Right? Should I go eat steak dinner for the next like 6 weeks? What should I do with this? Like, am I going to eat out Chipotle like every day because that's my favorite spot? Like, and so having a plan for where that's supposed to go can be really helpful. And I would like to kind of refer back to that as like, you made this money and it already had a place to exist. Kind of like a home that's organized is like, hey, this is where we put the pencils. My kids' school supplies go in this drawer.
Yeah.
Like, this money should go in this space. Because if it doesn't, it's just like water with no cup or no glass. It just spills out and has no shape or form or purpose.
That's a great way to like say that, because that's so true. I think so. I want to go over some key lessons on this for people that I think you should be able to draw away from this. All right. Also, I want to talk about something here real quick, because this is something my mentor taught me a long time ago. 2 years ago. But he talked about set points a lot. And he was like, the first time you ever hit $10,000 in your bank account, let it breathe. Like, you need to let it sit for a little bit. And the reason why is because that will become your new set point. Meaning that will become your new normal kind of thing. It's like Kevin Price talks about this. He's like, it used to be hard to hit $10,000 in profit a month. Now it's easy, right? Well, that's because that's his new set point. That's his new normal.
Yeah.
Right? Like, a $5,000 month would be an emergency at that point, right? So I just wanted to throw that in there, because that was a large impact on this, is because I needed to change my set point and how it worked for me, right? So like, for me, my set point is much higher now. And like, if I don't collect at least $30K in a month, it's like an emergency at this point, like, like, and that's cash collected, right? It's not like, it's not sales. I'm not talking about sales.
Yep.
Between all the businesses, if it's less than that, it's an emergency at this
Yep.
point, right?
Yeah, and that would freaking freak some people out. Like,
I know, yes, and just to
or
be clear, like I've been doing this for years, though,
yep, like,
right?
or the amount of buying that is required to have a 10 to
Yeah.
15K month, like the amount of money going out to bring that amount of money in is not something that people who are just getting into this business can manage mentally and emotionally or psychologically even. And I'm saying, like, I'm talking to all the people who are like, oh, I want to join Recelerator, or I want to start flipping electronics and do like 12K my first month. I was like, dude, you're going to be spending so much money. Your brain is going to shut down and something is going to like fight or flight or freeze. Like something's going to happen there where you're like, oh my gosh, I just spent. Like I just went, all right, so Chris, I just bought 2 MetaQuest Pros for $550.
Let's go. Oh,
Okay.
that's fantastic.
And then I'm
What
going.
was that? $275 each, dude. What? No,
Yeah.
is that 550 divided by
It's
two? Yeah.
$275 each. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah. So
I
great
just had
deal.
a headset sell for 5 something.
Yeah. Good reach out deal. Going to be a really great ROI. You know how it be. But
Yeah.
like, and then I closed the deal to go pick up a Valve Index on Monday for 300. Right. And so even though like these are 2 great deals and I'm going to make a really great return, that's me spending almost $1,000 inside of like 3 days. And there was a time where when I started doing this, like spending $1,000 was like insane.
There's a headset right there, $490.
That is legit.
It's not
Nice
sure.
sale, bro. Like
That's just the headset. And Matt bought 2 whole sets for $275 each. That sold for $490 headset only.
Yeah.
Go copy that listing.
good returns inbound. Good returns inbound. But yeah, like thinking about it, thinking about different people, and so I guess to that point, I would ask like, okay, so you brought in, I think you were talking like you're like 7 to 10 grand isn't difficult, you know, for you now.
At this level now, I will say
Right.
that. Yes.
But what would you say would be like, if that's what's inbound, what would be like outgoing to achieve that for people that are listening and just chiming in with this call?
Well, for me, it's going to be a lot less than what it's going to take for most people.
Sure.
Because I am for a lot of high profit. So just for reference, guys, my average profit per item last month was about $125 profit per item. So it's higher than normal, but that's by design also. But last month in October, about $7,000 profit month with 23 meetups, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, $22,571 in sales to make $7,000 in profit. So, which is solid.
Yeah,
like very solid.
It's awesome.
A lot of to make $7,000. Typically, somebody would have to do like probably close to 35. And now I'm talking mostly with phones, right? It might even be more with phones. You might have to do probably 50 to make 50K in sales to make 7,000. That's a pretty common thing I see. And then there's some people that are just doing massive volume, right? They're spending 100K to make 5K. I don't like that personally. Like that's
Dude,
not
that makes me feel sick. That makes me want to throw up. Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. I spent 40K. Yeah. See, Salt Lake Buyer here is like, I think we had a phone call like a week ago, didn't we? Dude? I spent 40K to make 6K. Yeah. See, I don't like that. Like that's not my jam, dude.
I'm gonna tell everybody straight up. Like if I have like a 5K month, which would, exclusively with consoles, a 5K month is pretty freaking awesome. But like if I have a 5K month, I probably, for everybody out there, I probably spent $5 to $7 grand to have a 5K month.
I'm not for everybody like watching, like here's my stuff, like here's my data. If you just want to like look at it. So I spent about $650 on Facebook ads. I didn't spend anything on Google ads last month because I was testing out the evergreen ads method with Facebook. I still bought a lot of stuff from Google though. But I only did 23 meetups. My lead to meetup ratio was 7%, which was solid. I only did 30 reach outs last month, by the way.
Wow.
I made $14 per reach out I did. But like, as you guys can see, everything in blue went on eBay. And then there were some phones and stuff that went to direct buyers.
Some DBs through Mercury.
Of course. And then you can see like a lot of stuff over here: Facebook ads, Google My Business, repeat customers, Facebook ad, Google My Business. And then like you can also see like I break items down by how much profit I made per item, per type of item. Notice other says 3,066. I made $2,135 on iPhones and $600 on Samsungs, $500 on VRs, $230 on cameras. So this month is a little better on cameras and stuff, though. Cameras is dominating the field this month. I made $1,000 in profit already. Also, cameras a lot. I've made twice what I've made from the iPhone so far, which is kind of cool.
People don't know, man. People don't know.
Yeah. So, like, going back to that, like, but to be clear, I've been doing this for a long time. Okay. I don't only buy iPhones. And I mean, we got Salt Lake Buyer down here over here saying he spent $40K to make $6K, right? What did I spend? You said you spent $40K to make $6K. My total cost, I spent $13,000, $13,186 total, and I made $6,951 in profits, about roughly $7,000, right? So, and something else just sold on eBay. Look at that. Let's go.
Hey,
it's a Zune handheld digital audio recorder. So, not your typical thing, right? So, I say this because there's a lot of money out there. A lot of you guys are only going after iPhones. As you can see, I made way more money on a lot of other items with less work, right? So there's a couple of lessons here that I want to go over, though. The lesson number one, and this is kind of AI helping me build this out based on what I talked about with it and everything. Yeah. Lesson number one is skills over circumstances. Skills over Get the skills.
Yep.
It doesn't, guys. And I'm not saying this to promote our program or anything like that. I'm saying I'm gonna put this where Hormozy talks about it. Right? He says skills are the only thing you cannot take away from another human. You can't take it away in a divorce. You can't take it away by any other means. Right? Skills are the thing that you cannot take away. If you drop me in any other city in the United States, I would be able to do the same exact thing within months.
Yep.
Okay. Same with Matt, right? And by the way, we teach people how to do this in other cities. We got Marco on here. Like Marco is over here freaking crushing it inside of Recelerator right now. Like he's using our evergreen ads method. He's doing the stuff, right? We had another one on here, but he's off now. But like, it's a skill. That's what it is. It's a skill. Skill over circumstances. Okay. Spend whatever you have to spend to get the skill, or just put in the volume required to get the skill. Okay.
Yep.
The only way to learn how to cold call really well is unfortunately to cold call, or to have somebody else who's amazing at cold calling.
Yep.
Show you the path pretty quickly. All right. Lesson number 2, systems beat willpower. Always. Okay. I talk about this. I don't know. Matt knows me. Like I'm a systems guy through and through. I need a system to follow. Right.
Yep.
That's why I build my own systems. I'm much more likely to, hold on. I'm getting a Google lead.
Speaking of systems.
Chris with Bell Electronics. How can I help you? Which iPhone is it? Oh, I gotcha. So I don't normally. Oh, okay. So it's got an auxiliary port.
Yeah, like perfect reason for it.
Gotcha. So I'll be honest with you, man. I don't usually make offers on those nowadays. Just because they're a little. Does it have a home button? I'm assuming.
Yeah, and
Gotcha. I mean, I'd be willing to recycle it, but there's not much I can offer on it. Do you have anything else? Any MacBooks, iPads, smartwatches, cameras, anything like that?
no, not really, man. This is all I have right here.
Okay, totally understand. I'd love. I mean, I can make you an offer, but it would be like $5. So,
No,
uh,
no, you're good, man.
totally understand, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Talk to you later. I get crappy leads too, guys. Just saying. Like iPhone 6 basically is what it sounded like, or
Yeah.
5.
Like a 20S maybe.
But you notice what I did is I upsold him, right? He didn't have anything else, and that's fine. That's it, right? Whatever. Doesn't matter. I still answered the phone, and I still made an offer, even though it was $5, right? So it is what it is. Anyway, systems beat willpower. Okay, so I solved my cash weakness with structure. I put all of it in one bank account. Everything comes out of that account. Everything goes back into that account. Okay, that's the structure and the system that I built to beat me at my own game, basically, right?
Yeah.
So lesson number 3, your environment controls your outcomes. People don't fail because they're weak. They fail because their environment is designed to make them fail. Okay. And then lesson 4, small capital can become big capital very quickly, as long as you stack the wins fast. Okay.
Yep.
And this is a very important thing. I was on a check-in call with one of our clients the other day. His average time to sell stuff was 14 days.
That's too long.
As soon as I pulled that number up on his tracking sheet, he knew what his problem was.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it's taking you 2 weeks to sell every single item you're buying. And then I pulled up my sheet. Mine is right now for the October it says it's 7 days, which is still good. But for most of the month it was 3 days. But I still got some hangovers from last month still. But still, moving things within the same week is what you want to be doing. Me and Matt talk about this all the time because one of the biggest problems that Recelerator fixes is the leads problem. And then we get the problem of people like, Chris, I have all these leads, but I don't have any money left to buy any items. But their living room is full of stuff.
Yeah, it looks like Best Buy.
Exactly. So you have to have some sort of structure and system set up to if you want to take 2016 grand, you got to have some sort of system, right? Because for most people that would take time.
Yep.
Right. So, Matt, do you have anything on that? Do you guys have any questions in the chat? Feel free to drop it, or we can also unmute you if you want to, do that.
Sorry, I didn't have the chat up before.
Oh,
yeah. I think about the aggression and the speed that most people want to see their business like really surge to. And I still just think most people have very unrealistic impressions about what it's going to require to build that out. So what's a great route to take when starting with 1K? We actually did a
podcast on that 2 or 3 podcasts ago.
2 weeks ago. So Ishmael, we can definitely hook you up with that. But check the podcast 2 weeks ago. It was
we literally talked about that exact thing. What
it's
would
in the
we
title
to start with $1,000? Yeah, it's there.
Max says, how do you get everything sold fast? My marketplace and eBay experience has been 2 weeks, sometimes more. So Max, I have my own process known as price cycling that I talk about in the course, both Console Kings and Recelerator. But generally speaking, like if you want, you got to become good buddies with the algo, and you got to understand that there's over 200 different touch points for Cassini, eBay's algorithm. But the most important ones are making sure your item's priced competitively. You have good titles so that the keyword searches aren't being like just trashed by a bunch of hyphens and quotes and weird characters. So have good titles and take very good photos, and very good photos are taken with very good lighting. Okay. So you got to make your product look good. Like, for lack of a better term, sell it. Okay. And if you do just those 3 small tweaks, you should see an increase, I'd say, by at least 50% improvement with that resale time. Most of my stuff sells within, I'd say, 3 to 5 days. And if it doesn't sell within 7 days, I'm usually pretty surprised.
Max, I got a question. If you want to mute yourself, let me know. But I'm going to ask this question. When you buy an item, how long does it take you to list it or to put it up? Let me know. Let me hop off and mute. All right, let me unmute you real quick because you're not going to be able to do it yourself. Allow audio. All right, go for it, dude.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Sure
Yep.
can, dude.
Awesome. So what was can you repeat the question?
Yeah, dude. So when you buy an item, how long
Mhm.
does it take you to actually like get it up on Marketplace or eBay? Like what? How many?
Within 1 day. So for example, I went to a buyer that I found at a phone shop and bought everything a little bit below like Atlas prices or Mercury prices.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
I know. So I'm also doing meetups where I know that's something that I'm kind of experimenting with, which I might not keep doing. I'm not sure. But a lot of the times I'm meeting up and buying the devices for like $50 to $100 less than like Mercury prices, which is good. But I'm trying to explore all avenues. So when I do buy a phone, especially like last night, I bought like 6 phones for my guy and it was late at night. And so first thing, 6 in the morning, I listed them this morning. Right. And this has been my experience on Marketplace where, you get a lot of people who are, hey, is this available? Yada, yada. I even had a guy like less than an hour ago. We agreed. And then right when we got to the time, he just read my messages and stopped replying. Right. So I do get a lot of messages, but not so much where we're actually getting to the point where we're meeting up, to the point where it takes me like, yeah, like sometimes 2 weeks, maybe even more, which is weird because it's not like it's a new Facebook profile. I have about like 12 5-star reviews, so not a lot. But when I was speaking to the guy that I was buying the phones from with the phone shop, he does the same thing. And I have the pictures. I even have one of those like little spinning, rotating things that they have in there with the phone stands. And I got a 17 Pro Max. So I feel like the pictures are good. Um, and, and, and so, I mean, he seems to be selling them pretty quick. I don't know how truthful that is if he's trying to sell me more phones or whatever. But yeah, I can't really figure that out with eBay. Um, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit tougher, like when I'm buying phones like that, just because of the 13.5%. But
eBay,
I get a lot of people who throw out lowball offers, right? That's normal to the point where I'm not even really making any money. But yeah, that's kind of just been my experience. So I'm trying to figure out what I can improve on.
So quick question. Number one, the phones you are buying, if you sold it to Mercury, you'd have your money within 4 days. But you're selling those on Marketplace right now. Is that right?
No, so basically, I think we mentioned this on our initial call, just the one-on-one. But there's a guy here, local. His name's Mo. I think he used to work with you or take your
Muhammad?
courses. Yeah, yeah, and
I
he's
know
got
Muhammad. Yeah.
yeah. He's a cool guy. He has gotten to the point where he has his own phone shop. They actually are just opening up a second location this month, and so he will buy. Like obviously, I just found out about Mercury, but before that, I was going through Atlas. So he'll buy everything at Atlas prices, and oftentimes like match them like $10, 20, sometimes even $50 more. So for me, it just made sense because I can just dump the phones every single day and still
Okay.
get the same price without having to send them in the mail and then wait or whatnot, which I'm not against, but it's just that's kind of who I've been selling to once I found him.
Okay. And like, what's the selling process there? Is it like same day?
Yeah, same day. So I can come anytime before 8 p.m. He either gives me cash or Zelle. And then,
Well,
yeah.
keep doing that, obviously.
Yeah. For sure.
So I see a couple people here in the chat that are like, um, this is literally the same issue for me on Marketplace, and I have 50 plus 5-star. Guys, I don't sell anything on Marketplace.
Hmm.
Zero. Nothing. All right. I just want to throw that out there. I don't sell anything there. Everything for me is either direct buyer or eBay. Reason being is I don't have to meet up with people a second time, basically. Now, I'm trying to get back to what the original issue was, Max. Let me see here. How do you get everything sold so fast? My marketplace and eBay experience has been too okay. What types of items are you selling on eBay? Let me ask that.
Yeah, so I just started my kind of phone flipping journey like a little over a month ago, and right before that, I got a buddy who gets, funny enough, car parts super cheap. He's a mechanic, so I had some car parts and whatever, just random stuff like that listed on there. And then I ended up getting my LLC, and it's called Prime Device Depot, put the logo on it, and then took all the other crap off and just put it straight electronics. And I'm just starting to kind of dive into like the Samsung devices, and I bought like a PlayStation Portal yesterday and all of that other stuff to expand, and gonna go into cameras soon. So that's pretty much what I'm listing on eBay.
Okay,
But
cool.
but the fees kill me though.
Well, number one, you need to get an eBay store. Number one, like
Mm,
that'll drop your fees by 3%.
interesting.
That's
Okay.
your first thing you need to do. Go get the eBay Basic store.
Yeah.
$21.95 a month. It's well worth the $21 a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your fees go down to 9%, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Nine-
crazy.
nine-
I can't
9 to 10. So
I can't believe I didn't know about that. Wow.
yeah, it's a massive reduction in fees. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
huge, bro. It's
Because
like-
eBay gets you on that subscription model, bro. Like
Yep.
you get that easy money, right? Well,
Yep.
there you go. Well, 3 people didn't know about that. Okay, I'm glad
It's a
we
gold
talked.
nugget. Yeah.
See, go get the eBay store subscription. All right.
Got it.
That will drop your fees by 3%. Now, I want to be very clear. The money is always made when you buy. It is not made when you sell. Before you ever go into a deal, you should know roundabout what you're going to make from said deal.
Yep.
Okay. Always put that in there. Matt just dropped the link in the chat. So, never mind. For Ismail, there we go. Yeah. Go look up eBay store subscription. I'm gonna need to see if they got an affiliate thing because dang, I throw that link out a lot.
I do too.
But yeah, go do that. It'll save you guys a ton of money on eBay. So also there's lower fees on items outside of phones as well. I think Matt, do you know the fee for gaming consoles? I think it's like what 8%?
No, for consumer electronics, it's like 9 point something.
I feel like maybe it's because I'm a top rated seller.
And without that, it's like 13 and change.
Let me double check what the thing I just sold to see what the fees were because it was let me see here. Waiting shipment. MetaQuest Pro. I paid total was, let me see the fees real quick. But I pay it sold for $490, total was $539.80, and I paid $46.94 in fees. Which I feel like is less than 10%. Yeah. Calculator. To be clear, you guys want to get to top rated seller as fast as possible as well. Which means I know Matt doesn't do this, but I do. I do free shipping on almost everything. So just saying. 46.94. Whoops.
I do free ship on everything that is over $50.
Okay. Yeah. Divided by 539.80. Yeah, 8%. 8% on my MetaQuest headset. So I think the fees are less on the consoles and headsets, and I think on items that sell less. I think because phones sell a lot, which would make sense for eBay to charge more. So it makes sense. Well, I don't know if I ever answered your full question, Max.
I mean, it's a process, right? It's not something that's as simple as just like do this and you're going to win. So that is my first order of business. And yeah, no, that. I'm glad I asked. That's great advice. I'm excited to do that right after this call.
Okay, cool.
Do it,
Yeah,
bro.
for everybody that's on the call, that's on this right now, definitely go. I mean, if you're serious about this business, go and get that store subscription. It'll cut your fees by a ridiculous amount, and you'll make a lot more money.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
One of the
Now.
first
It's
things
like,
we tell people that join Recelerator, I believe. I think you tell them that on your call, right, Matt?
I do.
So-
Everyone's like, "Oh, I'm getting crushed by fees," and I'm like, "Well, the more you know." And they're like, "Oh yeah, this is like the cost
Yeah.
of the subscription is like pales in comparison to the amount of savings you make, especially when you start selling so much more."
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Which, helps you go from 2,000 to 16,000 a lot faster.
Yeah.
You know.
And for the record, I want people to realize that Amazon's fees are generally about 18 to 20%.
Yeah. Amazon will crush you. Spencer came over from the Amazon side and came to the eBay side, and he was an Amazon FBA, right? So he thought eBay was dead, funny enough, and now he does like 90,000. I think his last screenshot was $90,000 in the last 90 days. So he's selling about $1,000 a day on eBay, which is pretty cool. So, well, cool, awesome, Max. Thanks for coming on, dude. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
All right. Anybody else want to unmute if you guys have any questions or anything like that? While we're here, I like this. I like this format.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I'm glad we could help out with that eBay thing that everybody's dealing with. Never would have known if you guys weren't on, I just signed up for the store. That was good value. Could have saved me like $200 this month. There we go.
Oh, so sorry, bro. But like, sorry, not sorry. Like now, from here on out, never again, right? You got this.
Oh, that's funny.
Crazy.
Right. Anybody else have any questions or anything? We'll open it up for Q&A on the pod for a little bit. So just let me know in the chat if you want to unmute yourself. Okay, Antonio Kelly has let me unmute you, bro. Give me one sec. Antonio, there you are. All right, dude. You should be able to talk. Just unmute yourself.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yo, what's up, dude?
What's up, G? So I'm in a situation now where I don't have much capital, like literally $200 right now. I'm about to go do DoorDash, probably get about 100 for tonight.
Yeah.
And I've been messaging people trying to get the MacBook Pros, and they're having priced at like $800, $1,000. I know I can sell them on eBay from around $500 to $700, so I've been offering them $200. But my question is, what would be 2 to 3 good negotiation tactics to get somebody from a price like a high ticket item to around my range?
So I'm going to answer this question with an answer you're probably not looking for. I would not be going after MacBook Pros if you only have $200. Unless you're going after like no power MacBook Pros, then I would say do it. What I would be going after is iPhone 12, 13, 14, maybe. And then on top of that, definitely MetaQuest, like MetaQuest 2, MetaQuest 3. And I would be going after those specifically because the MetaQuest are double your money pretty quick. Within 7 days, typically. And what I would keep doing is I would definitely keep doing DoorDash every day and keep, are you saying you can make about $100 a day on DoorDash right now?
Yeah, Uber Eats sales start now. It's 12 o'clock. I can make about $200 by the night.
Oh, dude, just keep doing that like for a minute. And then but what I would do is notice how I would take the extra $200 you have, go open another bank account and put it in there and start there. Number one, do exactly what I did to pay off my debt.
Yeah.
Right. Do that. Right.
Sure.
Go to the bank, be like, hey, I need to open a separate checking account. They will do it. Sometimes you can even do it from your phone on their app. Right. Do that. Put the $200 in there. And I'm gonna tell you to name it. Flipping money only. Okay? And then start from there. Link your eBay, link your Cash Apps, whatever you need. I'm not gonna recommend cash because it's too easy to spend. That's just me. But I have no self-control when it comes to cash. It's a problem. So
For sure.
It's so easy to spend.
Yeah, I mean, unless you leave it at the crib, you know what I'm saying?
What?
They said unless you leave it at the house.
unless you leave it. Leave your wallet at home and just bring your driver's license, right? So, yeah, I mean that's going to be my recommendation. Is don't be going after the MacBooks because like those are expensive, right?
Yeah.
And they hold value very well. So you're not going to get them. Realistically, you're not going to talk to somebody from 800 to 200, dude. Like that. Would you ever take a deal like that?
No.
See,
But I mean, you got some people that sit on them for so long, So
yeah, I mean that's a thing, of course, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I get what you're saying. Realistically, that's probably not a good place to start.
yeah, I would start with MetaQuests and then the lower end iPhones. And Samsungs are good too. Like I would also start there. Samsungs sell great on eBay. So and they're highly undervalued. And they take a long time to sell on Marketplace. So another good one if you're going game console wise. Matt, Xbox One S right now? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Selling very well.
Xbox One S, Xbox One X, even some of the older PS4s, PS4 original, PS4 Slim, PS4 Pro. Like you should easily be able to find any one of those consoles or a MetaQuest 3S on a good day for around 100 to 120. So if you can get any one of those Xboxes Chris mentioned, a PS4 or a MetaQuest 3S in the range of like $50 to $100,
Yeah.
you should easily be able to turn around and double your money.
Yep.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, bro.
Are we only asking one question, or are we able to ask more?
You can ask another one. That's fine.
Go for it.
Okay. All right. Boom. So my second question. My issue with eBay, like I done sold probably 2 or 3 items on there before. It's not hard. It's just the weight. With me having lived like only $200, once I spend money on products to ship, I won't have nothing for like until those products I get that money back. So
Right.
Sure.
how do you all feel like I should go about that?
Well, number one, I mean the weight is going to be there whether or not you do it, right? Like
Right.
it's going to be more along the lines of how quickly can you get through that holding process, right? So what I would recommend is since you said you can make money through DoorDash and Uber Eats every day, I would do that every day, and I would be selling multiple items through eBay because eventually you break through that, and then they start paying you out in like 2 days.
Serious?
Right? Serious.
Oh yeah.
Even if the product's not shipped?
Even
correct.
Even like sometimes like if an item sells on Friday and I don't ship it till Monday, I'm already paid out. Like
what the?
it's
crazy.
fantastic.
Well, it's a gatekeeping method that eBay uses early on. They want to see that you're that everybody that they're going to pay out more quickly is a trustworthy seller who's doing good business with their customers because that's their bottom line and best interest, right? And so once you illustrate your value, they're going to pay you more quickly. And so those of us that are doing eBay very consistently, yeah, bro, we're getting cashed out in 48 hours.
I am also noticing, I don't know who pointed this out. I can't remember. Somebody inside of Recelerator did. But it looks like eBay has started paying you out as soon as you ship it. Like, or at least a day after you print the label, right?
Yo.
Like, I think there's a new policy there, but don't hold me to that. But I've noticed getting paid faster than normal. And because I remember the other day, it was like, you'll be paid out Monday, and then it paid me out Sunday. And I was like, that's weird. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I've been cashed out Sunday evening before.
Yeah, weird. I mean, they just start paying you out faster. Also, I have a 1-day hold time. So like a shipping, like it only the way my eBay is set up is if somebody buys something, it's shipping within the next 24 hours, which eBay really likes, by the way. So if you can offer that, do that.
Yeah. And so far, I have been good with that. Like, literally, as soon as I get the notification from eBay that they bought, I hit the UPS store like 2 minutes up the road. So,
Sweet. Yeah.
It's pretty easy. With that, But with the 2-day payment thing, I also noticed that you said earlier you are one of the top sellers. So would I have to be in that category to get that?
I don't think for payout, no. Top rated seller helps you on the selling side. Like if you're ranked top rated, that helps with selling stuff. It also reduces fees as well. So,
Oh, okay, cool.
same day, 2 days, but payout is within 30 minutes. Oh yeah, I mean if you do the immediate payment, you can get it within 30 minutes, which is pretty dope. I don't do that, but it is an option. Yes. With eBay's automated feedback, do you really have to offer free shipping to become highly rated? What? Salt Lake Buyer, unmute yourself. I don't know what you're talking about. Good questions, Antonio. Hold on, let me unmute this guy.
Yes.
Audio. Mute audio. Okay. All right, dude, you're good to go. I'm top rated seller.
You just mentioned that when you were a top rated seller, you I guess like eBay pushed your listings more, but do you have to? You said you offered free shipping for that. You have to offer free shipping with eBay's automated feedback. Like I don't think I've gotten a single real review. It's just all eBay's automated feedback.
I don't think the top rated even comes with like automated feedback. Like I don't think those two are connected very much. As far as like the speed in which reviews happen is what I'm saying here. Like top rated, there's a couple of things that go into top rated. Let me actually pull it up. I don't even really know what they are at this point.
Well, there's top rated and top rated plus, and I just said in the chat that top rated plus is the highest rating. I'm not top rated plus because I don't offer free shipping on everything, and I don't accept returns or free returns on everything. But I am top rated. That's because I ship everything within 24 hours, and I do offer free shipping to some of my customers. I also have a lot of great reviews. So, yeah.
I don't know if I am top rated plus. I don't even know. See, I don't even know. Like, I just sell.
But I think that should also go to say like that also kind of gives an indication as to like how much of a difference it really makes. Once you hit top rated, I don't really feel like there's a big difference between the two. And some people who are doing, I don't know, like stupid, crazy volume might disagree. But I refuse to offer free shipping on anything that costs less than $50 because everything costs $5 or more to ship it anyway. And that's 10% of my margins when it's under $50. So if it's under $50, you do not get free shipping from this guy right here.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. Any other questions, Salt Lake Buyer?
It's a good idea, Salt Lake Buyer.
I don't remember your name, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
All right. Does anybody else have any questions before we wrap up this podcast? This is pretty cool. Like people calling, you know.
A lot of eBay stuff here to close out the call, guys. The big thing about eBay is it's a system. And once you learn it, it's not hard, but it's a skill just like everything else that Chris and I were getting to discuss earlier today. Many people avoid reselling or reselling certain items because they think eBay somehow is too much to deal with. Listen, you just have to get through that barrier for your business to really break through in some capacity if you want to be a reseller. It just doesn't matter. Like eBay is going to end up needing to become your best friend in some way, shape, or form. And so if you're still in that learning curve, hang in there, push through the grip of that, okay? And as you start to get like a little bit more freedom from eBay, it just becomes a really great resource to build your business and work in your favor.
Salt Lake Buyer, you have one more question? Go for it, dude.
I've been trying to do a lot of reach out recently, but freaking Facebook's like, I send like 10 messages and they're like, you've reached your limit for the day. How do you guys get around that?
Yeah, well, 3-ping method number 1, which is, I give that credit to Matt. I don't think it's hitting as hard on that. Marco, are you still on the call? Marco, are you doing a ton of reach outs, dude? I don't do a ton anymore. I don't need to because I get enough leads inbound at this point. Oh, Thomas is on here. He's in Reseller. Thomas, are you doing a ton of reach outs? Let's see here. Yeah. Thomas says do offer up on Craigslist as well. Yeah, I mean that was going to be one of my recommendations. Was if Marketplace is doing that, also go to um, Craigslist and the other ones. They are not dead, just so you're aware. I've bought many devices off of Craigslist. My highest profit, or one of my highest profits, $1,000 profit came from Craigslist. It was a Valve Index. Now, if you're talking about phones, yeah, Salt Lake City. Okay, well, I mean, I bet Matt could find some deals. It's like a diamond in the rough. Bet there's a Valve Index out there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Tell me there's dead deals in some city. I'm going to find you more deals than you can manage. I just refuse to. I've sourced so many small towns where people are like, there's nothing here. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, here's the nothing. And
20 deals.
Yeah, 20 deals in their DMs. Like everybody that teams up and join Chris's course, I find them 20 deals, hands down, regardless of the city size. Period. Full stop.
Well, Matt, if you got to go, you're good, bro. I know you got a lunch date. So
yeah, guys, I got a lunch date with the wifey. Hey, appreciate all you guys. Chris, mad love. I'll see you guys.
I'll field some more questions. Marco says he doesn't do any more reach outs, just evergreen ads. Let's freaking go, baby. Heck yeah. How those evergreen ads working out for you, man? Evergreen ads are my signature way of running Facebook ads nowadays, just so everybody's aware, inside of Recelerator, and they freaking crush it. So, great, dude. So many leads, like 5 a day. Heck yeah. That's awesome, dude. What are you spending, like $5 a day still? Yeah, he's only spending $5 a day. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna probably wrap it up, unless I have time for one more question. I'm trying evergreen ads through your new school course. Oh yeah, that's the one that's set up to literally show people how to do evergreen ads. Are Craigslist ads still effective these days? Maybe. I haven't done Craigslist ads in forever. I don't really do any free ads at all anymore. I just do Facebook and Google for the most part. So, my biggest thing is, like, if you want free leads, then you need to get on Google My Business or Google Business Profile, build that up with reviews. And that's the best thing you can ever do for your business. And you use your paid ads, your free leads, and all of that to build the reviews on that. Guys, the whole point of advertising in general is to build your organic presence so that you never need to run ads ever again. That's the whole point. So, like, get on Google My Business, get your LLC, get on Google Business. So one of the best things you can ever do for your business. So, the evergreen ads through the other school course, they're not exactly the same, but they're close enough. You'll probably be all right. But I don't go into the retargeting or anything in that one. So, that's just for people to pay me the big bucks. Let's see. All right, cool. Well, if nobody has any more questions, I am going to end it there. But did you guys enjoy kind of learning how I was able to take $2,000, turn it into over $16,000, pay off all my debt? Hope it was helpful going through all of that. Sweet. Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to be doing more podcasts like this inside of school. I really like this format. So, because usually it's just me and Matt talking to each other. So yeah. And if you guys want extra help and you want more stuff like this, where we go into a little bit more detail, I mean, I'm going to throw out a little plug there. Join Recelerator, where we go into massive detail on the stuff. If you think the podcast is good, you should see the weekly calls. And I bet Marco and Thomas over here can relate with that, because they're both on the weekly calls almost every single time, every day. So, so if you want more stuff like that, you want to go into more detail, then look into joining that. Like, it's one of the best investments you can make if this is a business you plan on growing. So, with that being said, guys, Marco says, man, oh man. Marco, you're on like every call. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, this has been another episode of the Smart Flip. Check the links in the description and stuff below. And we will see you guys next week.